Onamaha, welcome everyone. This is Simon, and I'm not on a tropical island. This is a Zoom kind of room. I'm just in a room, but it has been a while since I've been on YouTube. Part of that is because of my health. I've had some kidney issues. Part of it is because I felt like I let people down, some of you down with my crypto predictions, and that's all on me because I got a little too ambitious with wanting to predict more and more and more. If I had just listened to some of my own older predictions, I would have perhaps known better. But there's a story about the king who asks his astrologer, "Hey, should I do this?" And the astrologer says, "No, this is not a good time." And the king fires him, gets another astrologer, says, "Hey, I want to do this." That astrologer says, "No." Finally, the king finds an astrologer who says, "Okay, yeah, that's fine." And he goes ahead and does it. Maybe for kings, that's good. But for us normal people, we have to abide by what the chart is saying. And so what I kind of ended up doing, I don't want to kind of focus on this. That's not the point of this video, but we have to listen to the first prediction. So a while back, 6 months to a year ago, I did say that we'd need to get out of crypto before between January through end of March or so, I think. And while it wasn't necessarily the best time, it certainly would have saved a lot of people headaches, myself included, from staying in. Anyhow, I didn't listen to that, and I went ahead and made further predictions that that didn't work, that didn't pan out. So to me, my lesson is I'm going to focus on the parts of Jyotisha that I love, particularly bringing love to people and helping people find and maximize love in their environment. And to make the most out of this video, I'm also going to give you a special lucky times technique. Maybe I'll make that into a separate video. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. All right, so let's get started because I haven't done videos in a while, so I want to kind of cram it all into one thing. So first topic for today is compatibility secrets. I've had a lot of time to sit with this. I've read all the books, certainly practiced in my life and in the lives of others, and looked at celebrity charts and all this and that. And what I've learned from the process is that there's a lot that goes into it. Now, you may remember in a previous video, I talked about the Mars-Venus curse. You can check that out on YouTube, if you have the Mars-Venus curse. I've talked about different yogas like Moha Yoga and other yogas that can create personal baggage, but I've never really given you the whole scope of what relationship analysis entails. And so I'm going to do that here. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's get started. So basically, your own chart is a map of your relationship karma. So the first house is you, the seventh house is your partner. But if you think about it, the first house is where the sun is born. That's where you were born, in a sense. Your ego is born. And the seventh house is where it goes to die, right? The sun sets in the seventh. So in a sense, relationships are where our individuality gets sacrificed. We have to compromise, right? And how well one is able to do that is judged by the seventh house. And we have, in my pro forma, I have a three primary relationship legs that I look at. Now, this is maybe, I don't know if it's a secret, but this is not a lot of people do this. And this is a comprehensive approach to analyzing relationships. So the first step is to analyze the personal baggage that each individual has before you ever get into matching two people. What are my relationship skills? And are they strong? Are they weak? Where are they strong? Where are they weak? Traditionally, if you go to an Indian astrologer, they'll maybe look at your Kuja dosha, right? If you have the blemish of Mars, so to speak. But we look at 120 different things. You know how when you go to inspect your car and get a tune-up, they do a 10-point or a 20-point inspection or a 100-point inspection, and they check the, you know, the oil, they check the windshield wipers, they check the spark plugs and all that. Well, we have 120 different things that we look at before we ever match the charts, because we need to know who we're dealing with. That's the first leg. The second leg, and here's where it gets interesting, is what I call the ancient methods. The ancient method is in India is the Putas. You know, the Ashtakuta, the 8-point inspection, and the Dashakuta, the 10-point inspection. And you can add a couple of points like Raju, Veda, Mahendra, and all these can make it a 12-point inspection. Now, what does this all mean? The ancient methods give you relationship viability. What does that mean? That means, is this couple going to stay together? Regardless of whether they like each other or not. Is this marriage going to work? What the modern methods do, and that's the third leg, is this couple going to like each other? Are they going to get along even after years of being together? Are they still going to like each other? And so, and that's another 120-point inspection, by the way, of different things we look at between the two charts. Now, what's the difference? Now think about it. The ancient Indian method of horoscope matching is thousands of years old. And considering that it's an archaic form, an archaic technology, it has survived remarkably well, considering, think about it. Do you use medieval, like those of you who are European or whatever, do you use medieval systems for matching people? Like, think about it. Do you use from the 1200s and the 1300s? Do you use the same, you know, philosophy behind marriage that today that they use then? Probably not. You'd be crazy to, right? I mean, they were drowning women as witches not too long ago, a couple hundred years ago or less. So a lot has evolved, and yet the kutas still work. So think about it. This is an ancient, archaic technology. It still works, but it has to be adjusted for modern times. We're in a different age. We have different society, different laws, views. Dharma has evolved. So to that point, I use the kutas from the ascendant and the moon, both, not just from the moon. Okay, that's a big departure from the standard use of the kutas. They both have to give you minimum 18 points or more. Okay, now also the kutas themselves, if you don't know what the kutas are, they're each enumerated here with a number, the amount of points that are allotted to them, with Nadi Kuta being the most powerful. There are other kutas you can include, and you can include doshas like Raju Veda, Puja dosha, and Madhavainashika. This is all a lot of fancy words, but they're an ancient way for people to match couples together. Now, as I said, what that gives you is relationship viability, but I've seen charts where the kutas are strong, but if you don't have this stuff, then the couples may end up hating each other. So you need this leg and you need the modern methods, both. I've also seen charts. So one of my students asked me, he said, well, Simon, there's a couple and they got a bunch of really good points on your modern methods. By the way, where can you get that? At the moment, You can get it, go to cosmicinsights.net. They have the compatibility protocol there. You can find the modern methods, you can get your score, all that stuff. Hopefully soon, there'll be another app coming, and not just an app, but a matching service to help you. You just put in your data and we'll match you up with whoever you're compatible with, according to these methods. So the student said, look, they matched up very well, but now it's 10 years and they're getting a divorce. And I said, well, let me see their charts. And lo and behold, yes, they have very good modern methods, but their putas are terrible. And so that shows you the relationship itself didn't have a strong foundation. They liked each other, they loved each other, but then the relationship went south and they began to hate each other. So you need both of these legs. And of course, you need a decent personal baggage score. You need to work on yourself as well. So all three of these are important to make a relationship last. Now, that's not all, folks. There's more. The secondary relationship legs. Oh my God, you're probably like, what's going on here? Well, yes, think about it. If you're not running the right period in your life, you may have a good personal handicap. You may theoretically match well with someone, but if you're not running a good relationship period, you're going to have a hard time meeting them or making the relationship work. So the timing also has to be decent, at least, right? This is a secondary leg. Then upaya. Now, let's say you don't have the best personal baggage, and who does? Let's say, maybe you've met someone and your putas are just okay, and this is just okay. What can you do? Or let's say you're alone, you're single, and you would like a remedial method to improve your existing relationship or invite new positive relationships. This is the focus of what we're doing starting Tuesday. We're starting a new live class. In fact, I don't even have it up here. So let me find that. decodingvedicwisdom.com. That's my website. There it is, part 2, remedies and timing. So this class, the remedies and timing, was supposed to come last, but so many people have asked for it that we're doing it now. And I'm bringing in special guests who are specialists at remedial measures. They're going to come in and teach you guys everything from how to set up your home, the vastu in your home, to invite love. So, for example, the southeast corner of your home is the Venus corner. What if you have a bunch of trash there? What if you have, clutter, right? Or maybe that's where the toilet is or something. There are ways to remedy that. I mean, obvious thing, you want to clean it up. You want to make it nice and hospitable. But this is a type of remedy from your home. There are more esoteric remedies, things including mantras, including special rituals, and including kind of secret little rituals outside the home you can do to help invite love into your life. So that starts June 21st. So if you're seeing this a little bit late, then class is probably already started, but you can still catch up with the recordings. Okay, so this will be available and up for anyone who wants to take part. All right, and that's this leg. We're just covering this particular leg of relationships. And let's be honest, for a lot of people out there, going to a bar or going to a website, and you get tired of the first few days, it's fun. You start flipping left and right, chatting, meeting, and after a while, it's just, oh man, I got to text with this person again. I got to say the same introductions, same jokes. How are you doing? Should there be a way to invite the right person into your life so that you just click and it's, you get it done? Anyway, that's upayas. And then the final leg is muhurta. Now, muhurta, I jokingly say, is the art of doing the opposite of what Prince Charles and Princess Diana did for their wedding, because their wedding chart is literally the worst wedding chart I've ever seen, ever. So if you do the opposite of what they did, you'll do just fine. But it's electing the perfect time for the first meeting, first date, and so forth. So that's what goes into matching people together, guys. It's not a simple thing. And if you're looking online and someone gives you a score, you know, you got to think, okay, where does that fall? Is it a Puta score? And if so, are they giving it to me from the ascendant and the moon? Is it some other kind of score? Be careful, right? Because it's not as simple as it seems, but anything is better than nothing, right? So I know there are a lot of sites out there that propose to give you compatibility stuff, but you should be aware. And even within the individual Putas, like I break down here how some people claim exceptions to certain Putas, some people don't, and there's a wide variety of disagreement between them. But my point is, I want to share a couple of things. So this is the method. I want to share a couple of remedies that I've learned. So one of these, as I mentioned, the first is keep the southeast part of your home clutter-free. This is very important for inviting love into your life. The second is, and I've talked about this, I think on another video on YouTube or some classes that I've taught on YouTube. This is a little more involved, but if you're so inclined, you can do this. Find the seventh cusp in your chart, okay? And find which Navamsha that seventh cusp is. So, for example, let's just take this chart, for example. And let's put both North and South India. And yeah, here you can see it. So the ascendant is 14 degrees, Libra, okay, right here. Therefore, the seventh house will also be 14 degrees. Find which Navamsha that is. Meaning, is it the first, second, third, 83rd, right? Or the 108th Navamsha, right? So there are 9 in each sign. And there is a mantra associated with each of those Navamshas from the text, the Vishnu Sahasranama. Okay, let me write this down here. And this technique says, chant the number, the verse number from Vishnu Sahasranama. There are 108 verses, right? One for each Navamsha in the horoscope. And chant the verse for your ascendant and your seventh house cusp. Now with that, and so those will be 2 verses. What that will do is attract, it'll activate you and it'll activate your partner and it'll start engaging. Now, additionally, if you want, you can chant the one for your Venus position, wherever Venus is situated in your chart, because that will attract love and romance. And finally, again, optionally, you can chant the one for your 7th Lord. So that'll be a total of 4 verses. And you can just do it, you know, 3 times each, 7 times each, 9 times each. Okay, it's not that bad. In 5 minutes, you could do it in any given day. If you want to make it more ritualized, you can sit facing southeast in the southeast part of your home and have a little kind of something that represents love or the planet Venus and chant them. Okay, so this is a very simple little upaya, and you find the verse for your ascendant and your 7th cusp and just chant them. If you want to add Venus and 7th Lord, great. You can even add the verse for your moon. And now you have a complete body, mind, and relationship ritual. 5 verses, and you can repeat them 3 times each. So that's 15 repetitions, or 9 times each. That's 45 repetitions. That won't take you more than 20 minutes total, if you get used to it. So There are different remedies you can use. We're going to cover maybe, I don't want to say hundreds, because it's going to sound like, oh, we're just throwing stuff out there, because the remedies we're going to talk about are tried and true and tested, and if not by us, by people we trust. And but at least dozens, because you may not be able to do this chant. Maybe you don't have a knack for it, but you have a knack for something else. So the remedy has to fit your lifestyle. It has to fit your life. And that's what we're going to talk about in the class. So these are a couple of remedies. One, southeast part of your home, keep it nice and clean and sacred. And two, chant these verses related to your chart. Okay. So that's it for the relationship part. I did want to talk about, because I just experienced this recently, about a lucky time and how to use it. So I'm going to switch gears here and talk about how to take advantage of your lucky time. So in fact, let's just go ahead and use the same chart. And for this technique, you're going to need to know at any given time where the yogi point is. All right. Now, this is the chart. So let's in fact go to the chart of the moment. Let's go to the chart. Let's say this is right now. So yogi point is at 7 Aquarius. For this technique, what you want to do is line up on any given day. Let's say your ascendant is 5 degrees Leo. Okay, 5 degrees Leo. That's your ascendant. What you want to do is line up the yogi point in the sky with your ascendant. That's part one. So it's going to take a while to do that. So I'm going to go through the days. So see, I'm going, moved one day and it went to 20 degrees. So I'm just going to go forward. Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, boom, Leo. Now we're getting close to Leo. And now, unfortunately, now the best thing is if you can line it up and have it rising at that moment. Unfortunately, we can't do it this time because Leo has already, 5 degrees has already risen, but let's go ahead and get it close to 5 degrees Leo. I'm just going forward 10 minutes at a time here. All right, we're at 5 degrees Leo. Now we're going to look at the chart and see, is there something else that lines up with my chart? Now, again, ideally speaking, you want that, let's say your ascendant is 5 degrees Leo. You want the yogi point in the sky to match your ascendant. And ideally, to have that rising where you are at that moment. So now, for example, if I were to change the location here, and let's say we make this, I don't know, Singapore, but let's say Sierra Leone. I don't know, Sierra Leone. Okay. No, that doesn't work. All right, let me try Singapore. Okay. No, that gives us another chart. So, oh, well, yeah. So for Singapore, we might get close, actually. No, we won't. Here. Yeah, we will get a little close. So now in Singapore, I'm going to make the ascendant. Look, this could be close enough here. About 5 degrees Leo. So that's your natal ascendant. Look, we got the yogi point to be 852 Leo. Not quite exact, but so what we're going to do is take, let's go ahead and make this 852 Leo. This is more or less it right here. 8 degrees Leo rising. The yogi point is 9. There it is, 9 Leo, 9. It's close enough to your ascendant. This is good. Now, if you can't do that, if you can't get it exact or within a degree or two, just go to the next month that this happens. You will find that this is a lucky time for you, especially if it also lines up with other techniques. There are D9 techniques. If, say, Jupiter is conjunct your moon, or there's other stuff going on. And this is a Lucky Times technique. And I just tested this last week and it worked pretty well, surprisingly. But I also lined up the Navamsha, I lined up a couple of other things. Remember, no one technique works exclusively by itself. You want to stack a few different things. We're going to be updating the Lucky Times app in our Lucky Time. If you go to luckytimes.app, let's see. I haven't gone there. Lucky Times. We're going to be updating it to make it a little more user-friendly. Sure. Okay. Lucky. What is? See, I really haven't been on there for a while. LuckyTimes.com? No, I think it was app. Oh, LuckyTimesApp.com. LuckyTimesApp.com. There it is. Yeah. All right. This is our website. So if you go on here, you can get a lot of your different Lucky Times, but you're going to get everything, and it can be a little hard to navigate. So we're going to clean this up and make it super easy to use. And you will be able to find those special Lucky Times that you get once, twice, maybe 3 times a month, but that are strong. All right. So that's a technique. I hope this helped. Compatibility, please join us if you can, if you're interested in love or how to help people find love, particularly using remedies. Have 3 distinguished guest speakers who will be joining us, including myself and Nadia, who will be teaching it. We always go above and beyond, usually do more than, the normal 8 classes it's supposed to be. So who knows how long it's going to go. It's going to go as long as it needs to, but hope you can join us. And if not, we'll see you here on YouTube next time. All right. Thank you, everyone. Namaste.